The ability to disagree without becoming enemies seems to be disappearing from the modern world. More and more, people are encouraged to judge one another by labels rather than by character. Once a label is applied, many people stop asking questions. They stop listening. They stop trying to understand the individual standing in front of them. Instead, they assume they already know what the person believes, what motivates them, and what side they belong to. While that may seem efficient, but it is not wisdom. More importantly, it is not a healthy foundation for any lasting community. One of the principles found within the Danish worldview is freedom of conscience. At first glance, the phrase sounds straightforward. Most people hear it and assume it simply means that everyone is free to believe whatever they want. Now, there is certainly some truth to that, but freedom of conscience is about more than permission. It is about responsibility. Each of us must ultimately exercise our own judgment. No one can think for us. No one can believe for us. Other people can offer guidance. They can teach us. They can challenge us. They can share their experiences. They can even help us think through difficult questions. But no matter how wise or knowledgeable they may be, they cannot exercise our conscience for us. At the end of the day, every person is responsible for deciding what they believe and accepting the consequences that come with those beliefs. That sounds obvious, yet it has become surprisingly uncommon. Many people no longer want the burden of discernment. They want certainty. They want someone else to provide the answers. They want a team, a movement, or an authority figure to tell them what is true so they can avoid the difficult work of evaluating ideas for themselves. The thing is, discernment is where wisdom begins. Wisdom is not agreement. It's certainly not conformity. Wisdom is the ability to examine ideas honestly, to weigh evidence fairly, and remain open to the possibility that we may be mistaken. That process is rarely comfortable, but it is necessary if we hope to arrive at the truth. One of the most common misunderstandings about freedom of conscience is the assumption that it requires agreement. It does not. In fact, disagreement is inevitable wherever thoughtful people gather. The question is not whether disagreement exists. The question is how people respond to it. Can they disagree without assuming evil motives? Can they disagree without treating every difference of opinion as a personal attack? And can they disagree without destroying relationships that may have taken years to build? These questions matter because communities built upon uniformity are often fragile. The moment a serious disagreement appears, the entire structure begins to crack. Communities built on trust, now they operate differently. They recognize that people can share values without sharing every single opinion. They understand that respect does not require complete agreement. And some of the best ideas, they emerge through honest disagreement. Anyone who has spent time in a healthy family has seen this firsthand. Families disagree constantly. Friends disagree. Tribes disagree. Yet healthy relationships survive because the relationship itself is valued more than the need to win every argument. People continue working together, caring for one another, and pursuing shared goals despite differences of opinion. Historically, this was true of every successful community, whether villages, tribes, or nations. They were never held together because everyone thought exactly alike. They endured because people were able to cooperate around shared responsibilities and shared purpose, despite what they disagreed upon with other matters. The modern world often pushes in the opposite direction. Algorithms reward outrage. News organizations, they profit from conflict. Social media platforms encourage certainty and speed over patience and reflection. Under those conditions, it's no surprise the difficulties that emerge. Under those conditions, it becomes easy to view every disagreement as a threat and every opposing viewpoint as evidence that someone belongs to the wrong side. But disagreement, it's not hostility. In many cases, disagreement is one of the most valuable things another person can offer us. Someone who challenges our assumptions may help us to see something that we may have overlooked. Someone who asks difficult questions, well, they may expose weaknesses in our reasoning. Someone who disagrees respectfully may help us arrive at a better understanding of the truth. Now, of course, that can only happen if we are willing to listen. Freedom of conscience also requires humility. If I expect others to respect my right to think independently, well, then I must respect theirs as well. I cannot demand understanding while refusing to offer it. I cannot insist upon the freedom of my own conscience while denying that same freedom to another. None of this is easy. Choosing a side is easy. Repeating slogans or talking points, that's easy. Thinking carefully, listening honestly, and judging fairly is so much harder. Yet it is those difficult habits that are precisely what allow healthy communities to endure. In the end, freedom of conscience is not about creating a world where everyone agrees. Such a world has never existed, and I hate to tell you, it never will. It's about creating communities where people can question, where they can learn, where they can disagree and grow without fear that every difference of opinion will become a division. It is about building communities where character matters more than labels, where the truth matters more than victory, and where every individual accepts responsibility for the exercise of their own conscience, because no one else can do that work for us. It is about building communities where the primary goal is to exercise responsibility alongside our freedom of conscience, because accountability and responsibility are what truly brings people together. Yes, we have to hold each other accountable. Yes, we have to be responsible for the words we speak and the actions we take. But understanding that that goes all ways and not just our way, that is the key to understanding how to create an enduring